but also on the Parent Club as well here on this Friday night. The managers right now meeting at home plate with tonight's umpires. Byron, Montos is the home plate umpire. Bryce Bobbledyke, the man on the bases. Two-man Northwest League crew that's been rotating or flipping throughout the week. And by this time in the week, the meetings start to get pretty short because you've gone through the ground rules. Usually on Tuesday, it's the longest meeting of the week, and then after that, you're exchanging lineup cards and pleasantries, shaking hands, and then getting ready for a ball game. As Jefferson Vargas is done with his warm-up tosses. Rather large entry from the Tri-City Meister Singers. Ready to sing the national anthem tonight. They're way out near first base. There's so many of them arranged around the microphones out there. It is a cloudy and somewhat overcast evening, but there is a bit of blue sky as well. And as far as I'm aware, no moisture in the forecast. And the Horse Heaven Hills are resplendent as always in our backdrop here at Geisa Stadium. 320 feet down the lines, left and right. Center 400 feet, pretty symmetrical curvature out there at 400 feet in center. The new wall connecting to the old wall. And there's a little bit of that old wall still in play. Everything else in the old wall, you hit it, it's a homer. The Dust Devils are taking the field. Time for us to step aside when we come back. First pitch and all the action live from Pasco. The Tri-City Dust Devils, the Eugene Emeralds, game 4 of 6 on the way. This has been the Dust Devils pregame show. Tri-City Dust Devils baseball is next. All set to go for Tri-City Dust Devils baseball live on a Friday night from Geisa Stadium. We greet you as the Dust Devils take on the Eugene Emeralds in Game 4 of a 6-game series. Doug Taylor with you here on the MILB app, Bally Sports Live, MLB TV, and DustDevilsBaseball.com. Both audio and video available to you for free. As Tri-City completing a 35-31 first half, their best first half in the High A era. And everything starting anew tonight. Dust Devils trying to get to 1-0 in the second half and make their way to the Northwest League Championship Series. And the team they take on tonight is the team that will be waiting for whoever wins the second half. As the Emeralds, with the loss last night, still finishing 42-24 in their first 66 games. They are the Northwest League first half champions. But again, all things are new here on this Friday night. Big crowd here for a drone show for Dust Devils baseball. Should be a lot of fun, and very glad to bring it to you. Right-hander Jefferson Vargas on the hill for the Dust Devils. 3-5, a 6.61 ERA. Takes his 11th start tonight. First pitch. Trevor Cohen takes a fastball missing. We're underway at 7:04. We are early. We'll get your weather reading, but it is a hot one here on this Friday. That is to be expected, of course, this time of year here in the Mid-Columbia. The 1-0 to Cohen. Pop up, third base side, slicing high, foul out of play, coming into the general admission seats. Look out over there. As it bounces around, and a souvenir for a fan at the top row. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cohen in last night's game went 1 for 4 with a walk. The hit came in the first inning on the first pitch, the 1-1. Grounder hit to short. I think the bat was broken. Throw to first in time. One out. Can see the bat's in 2 pieces. Did not survive that exchange as Ortiz across to Matt Kootenai in plenty of time for the first out of the night. So Vargas sawing off Cohen there. And an out on the board to start the night. Here is second baseman Johnny Level, the switch hitter. No score. Dust Devils and Emeralds just underway. 1 out, top of the first inning. First pitch to Level. Fastball in there for strike 1. Byron Matos, the home plate umpire tonight. Bryce Bubbledyke on the bases. 2-man Northwest League crew adjudicating things this evening. The 0-1. Level. Fly ball to left, hit pretty well. Going back over to it is Jorge Ruiz, the left fielder, and he'll make the catch well shy of the warning track for out number 2. When Vargas is pitching his best, he is pitching to contact, getting outs and quick outs. So far, so good in that department, obviously early on. So 2 down in the first. Tri-City and Eugene just getting going. The base is empty for the shortstop Gavin Keelan, and that is the way you want to face the Northwest League's RBI leader. Long homer in last night's game to right. First pitch to him. Fastball in there, strike 1. For Keelan, that homer came in the third. He also drew a walk in the contest. Ended up going 1 for 3, reaching base twice. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball by, strike 2. It seemed like Vargas found something in his last outing in Hillsborough. He took the loss, but he pitched well in that game. Trying to continue that on here, the 0-2. Keelan in the air to center, hit deep. Going back on it, though. The center fielder, Gage Harrelson, he'll make the catch, and the Dust Devil defense will wait until the second inning. Pretty quick. 1-2-3 first for Jefferson Vargas, just the way he was looking to get things started. Zeros down the book column. We're underway at Geisa Stadium with the score. The Eugene Emeralds, 0. The Tri-City Dust Devils coming to bat. Eric the Peanut Guy revving up the crowd for the first time tonight as we get ready for the bottom of the first inning. The Dust Devils and the Emeralds no score. Tri-City coming to bat for the first time. The home nine will take on the right-hander Hunter Dryden out of Deer Park, Washington. That's north of Spokane and between the Lilac City and Chewelah. As Dryden 1-3, an ERA of 5 on the nose. First man he'll take on is third baseman Jake Monroe. Second baseman Yohan Macias and right fielder Randy DeJesus to follow. As Dryden looking over the edge of his glove, a long windup. First pitch, Monroe is swinging a miss. 0-1. Fastball at 94 in the top of the zone. Dryden proving that you can not only make it to affiliated ball from D3, but get drafted decently as the 0-1, a fastball missing low. Can't even add a ball and a strike. As Dryden listed at 5'10", 184 pounds, 17th round 2024 pick. The 1-1 and a curveball catching the upper outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jake Monroe hitting .257 for the year, 11 homers, 24 RBI. The 1-2. Fastball high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last night Monroe in the leadoff spot. Fine evening, scored twice, went 2 for 4 and was hit by a pitch, the 2-2. Monroe, fly ball to left. Having a look going over to it and making the catch is the left fielder for out number 1. That Lisbel Diaz out in left field. Across the outfield for Eugene tonight, you have Diaz in left, Dakota Jordan in center, and Trevor Cohen in right. The infield in a moment is Yohan Macias stepping in. Switch hitter on the left-hand side. First pitch. Macias fouls it straight back. No balls and a strike. Tri-City and Eugene. 1 out, bottom of the first inning. Here at Geisa Stadium, no score so far. The 0-1. Macias takes it. On the inside corner, the ruling for strike 2. Yohan did not play in last night's game. Was the second baseman Wednesday night. Went 0 for 3 the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Elevated heater gets him to chase at 95. Hunter Dryden has his first strikeout. 2 outs for the Dust Devils here in the bottom of the first inning. That will bring right fielder Randy DeJesus to the plate. And his 3-run homer in the 4th inning last night was what took this game from a close contest to one that seemed less so. First delivery from Dryden in there for strike 1. I guess it would be less so regardless, but it went from 5-2 to 8-2, and it seemed a very different game afterward. Again, the Dust Devils winning 11-4 last night. The 0-1 in there for strike 2. Cutter slider on the outside corner. Hunter Dryden working quickly and ahead 2 strikes. The 0-2. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 3. I guess we'll get you the infield in the second inning for Eugene. Both starters on their game to start this one. 2 strikeouts for Dryden in a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. Zeros down the book column over here. We go to the second. The score, the Dust Devils nothing, the Emeralds nothing. Glad you're here for Dust Devils baseball tonight. On to the second inning. Here at Kisa Stadium, the score, Tri-City nothing, Eugene nothing. Center fielder Dakota Jordan will lead things off for the Emeralds in their road gray, emerald green and white jersey, gray road pants as well. Tri-City in the home white, navy, and gold, a usual uniform matchup. Vargas looking in, taking his time, sizing up Jordan. The righty winds and fires. Fastball, jam shot, pop-up, shallow right field. Yohan Macias, the second baseman, out to it, and he'll make the catch. One pitch, one out to begin the second. And neither starter throwing that many pitches in the first inning. Hunter Dryden threw 11 pitches, 9 for strikes. Jefferson Vargas threw 8 pitches, 7 for strikes. And he has one out with one pitch here in the second. Tri-City and Eugene, no score. Here's Carlos Gutierrez, the designated hitter. He squared to bunt, then brought the barrel back on a fastball missing. 1 ball and no strikes. Gutierrez, the left fielder last night, went 0 for 3 with a walk. That walk came in the 8th inning. The 1-0. Outside again. 2 balls and no strikes. This series through the weekend. And then the Dust Devils away for 2 weeks coming up. First Spokane, then Everett. As Vargas winds the pitch. Inside, 3 balls and no strikes. Carlos Gutierrez hitting .255 on the year, 7 homers, 34 RBI, and 12 doubles. 12 doubles is a nice total. But for this Eugene offense, which has been so strong, it's 5th on the team, the 3-0. Fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. As Gutierrez taking, lefty in the box, has the bat waving over his shoulder. The 3-1 from Vargas. Fastball popped high in the air, third base side. That's foul out of play. So the count full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To the man Gutierrez from Cuauhtémoc, Mexico. 5'9", 180 pounds. Just 21, the payoff. Gutierrez, fly ball to center. Gage Harrelson going back, stopping shy of the warning track. He'll make the catch. And deep center for out number 2. So Jefferson Vargas has retired the first 5. No strikeouts involved. Just letting the Emeralds put it in play and letting it find leather from there. Here's the first baseman, Jacob Christian. 2 outs, the base is empty in the second. Dust Devils and Emeralds, no score. First pitch. Christian, a fastball taken on the outer half for strike 1. As Christian last night in the 7th spot doubled and scored in the second inning. He walked in the 8th as well. A 1 for 3 night. The 0-1. Fastball swing and a miss. Strike 2. 98 from Jefferson Vargas there. Raring back and firing, the righty from the DR. Sees ahead of Christian, 2 strikes. Looking for his first K of the evening. From the wide, the 0-2. Fastball, just missing outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It did miss the plate. Umpires in the crowd registering their displeasure, but it did miss. Tall San Diegan with power in the right-hand box, the 1-2. Fastball outside again, a little high as well. 2-2. Vargas bringing major velo tonight. Christian, 261 average in 33 games, 5 homers, 22 runs driven in. The 2-2. Breaking ball, that just missed. A slider outside. Count full at 3-2. If Christian reaches, third baseman Walker Martin will come up. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a slider. So there is the first K of the night for Jefferson Vargas. A 1-2-3 seconds. He's retired the first 6. Zeros down the book column again. We go bottom 2 with the score. Tri-City nothing, Eugene nothing. This is Dust Devils baseball. We go to the bottom of the second inning in front of an already lively crowd on this Friday night at Kisa Stadium. Dust Devils nothing, Emeralds the same. As Juan Flores, the catcher, will be the leadoff man in this second inning. First baseman Matt Kootenai, designated hitter Aaron Kraber to follow. As Flores had the night off last night for the Dust Devils, Peter Burns had the catching duties. Flores on Wednesday went 2 for 4, singled and doubled. And he's put together a nice year at the plate outside of his great defense. First pitch from Dryden, breaking ball, hit high in the air. Right field line, slicing foul out of play onto the concourse and then onto the roof, it looked like, of the Lescavar landing over there. So we have another university group here, though. Bigger group, perhaps. The 0-1. Flores takes it outside, a ball and a strike. I believe it is the local Alumni Association chapter of Washington State University in the house over at the Lescavar landing. The 1-1. Flores, soft grounder, left side. Third baseman Walker Martin charges and has it. Throw to first. Foot came off the bag. Flores beat it. By the time Christian's foot came back on the edge of the first base bag, Flores safe. And error goes on the board. E5 on the throw. And Flores on. Here is Matt Kootenai. He's had a nice week at the plate for the Dust Devils. First pitch. Dryden misses outside with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Matt Kootenai so far in this series 4 for 12. That's a .333 average. He's doubled. He's driven in 3. Went 0 for last week, putting that well in the past now. The 1-0. That's outside. Off speed and missing. 2 balls and no strikes. Hunter Dryden has faced the Dust Devils once this year. It was in the series a little over a month ago. 15th of May here in Pasco. He pitched the final 4 innings scorelessly, or gave up an unearned run. The 2-0. Kootenai, a swing and a miss and a fastball for strike 1. No walks, 5 strikeouts in that game. And he got the save. That was, to date, the first and only save of his young professional career. The 2-1. Kootenai unable to check the swing on another fastball. It was a little high, but he's unable to lay off it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's the veteran Al Burton. In the left-hand side, pickoff throw over to first. They got Juan Flores. He was leaning. Tag applied by Jacob Christian. Quick move by Hunter Dryden. And he erases the error with the 1-3 pickoff. And Juan Flores, not a usual threat to steal, but he was leaning the opposite way. Dryden caught him. The 2-2 pitch now with 1 out. That's low and inside. Count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Aaron Kraber, tonight's DH for the Dust Devils, on deck. The payoff pitch now to Kootenai. Fastball inside, ball 4. So the Dust Devils replace the base runner. As Kootenai aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Tri-City and Eugene no score. And here is the aforementioned Aaron Kraber. Kraber, multi-RBI night last night for the Dust Devils. Striding in the stretch, first pitch. Kraber swings and fouls it straight back, 0-1. So Kraber is 2 for 5 in the series. Driven in a couple, right now hitting .269. Joining the Dust Devils a few weeks ago in Everett. Pair of homers and 5 runs driven in the pitch. Fastball high. The count even at a ball and a strike to the West Deptford, New Jersey native. It's just really across the river from the Philly International Airport. So South Jersey, I think you'd call it for sure. The 1-1. That's low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. For those watching on MLB TV and Bally Sports Live, you see Graber with active feet in the box. Seems like he's in constant movement in a way. And pickoff over to first. Safe. Oh, it was close. Kootenai almost got there. Right side of the infield, thought that they had a second pickoff in as many tries. He's trying as close as he can be, just towing the first base side of the rubber, the 2-1. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 2. Aaron Graber, 6'3", 220. Homered in his first swing as a Dust Devil in Everett a few weeks back. The 2-2. Outside, it misses. Fastball at 95, and Dryden's got major velo. And it's also a warm evening. Didn't take long for guys to get loose tonight. Another throw over. Kootenai was closer to the bag that time. And back safely. Matt does have a couple of steals this year. And that was the second disengagement in a full count. See if he takes off here. 3-2 the count. He does not the pitch. Fastball high, ball 4. Second walk in as many batters issued by Hunter Dryden. So 2 on with 1 out for Tri-City here in the bottom of the second. And Jorge Ruiz, the left fielder, will stand in. Mention the outfield of the first inning for Eugene. In the infield, you have Walker Martin at third, Gavin Keelan at short, Johnny Level at second, Jacob Christian at first, and Daniel Rogers catching behind home plate tonight. First pitch to Jorge Ruiz, a swing and a miss for strike 1. Wondered if there might have been a foul tip. Either way, the net effect the same. Ruiz has been solid at the top of the order since coming back from the development list. The 0-1. And a spinner, and ends up fair. Ball will go down to first, the throw in time. Boy, that took a strange spin and hop. It was initially foul, then it did like a horseshoe type curve into fair territory. Mentioned, sometimes you'll see things in baseball you've never seen before. I've not seen a ball behave like that. But it is. It ends up a 2-3 ground out. 2 outs in the second. Runners at second and third, though, both advancing. Here is Gage Harrelson, the center fielder. First pitch. Breaking ball missing inside, 1-0. Another situation in which Harrelson did not play last night. Lefty on the hill for Eugene, Luis De La Torre last night. The 1-0 fastball in there to bring the count even at a ball and a strike. In fact, first action since Tuesday for Gage. He was 0 for 3 with a walk in Eugene's 10-6 victory. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Big cut at a 95+ mile an hour heater. But a hit with where the runners are, unless it's an absolute laser beam, could score 2, maybe likely to score 2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball with some spin, rising. Harrelson unable to get there. And the third strikeout of the evening for Hunter Dryden. Keeps the Dust Devils off the board here in the second. No runs, no hits, an error, 2 left in scoring position. We go to the third inning. Tri-City and Eugene scoreless so far for Dust Devils baseball. We go to the third inning at Giza Stadium. The score, the Tri-City Dust Devils nothing, the Eugene Emeralds nothing. Doug Taylor with you here for Dust Devils Baseball. Hello again, or for the first time on this Friday night, the opening game of the Northwest League second half, or one of the three anyway, all starting at roughly the same time. It's Father's Day weekend Friday. Jefferson Vargas on the hill, 2 scoreless frames so far. First pitch of the third is outside. To third baseman Walker Martin, 1 ball and no strikes. Left fielder Lisbel Diaz, catcher Daniel Rogers to come here in this third. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slow that time. The offering from Vargas, a ball and a strike. Just 84 on the slider. The 1-1. That misses high and outside. 2 balls and a strike. The man from Greeley, Colorado, turned 22 in late February. The 2-1 pitch. Martin swings and fouls it back. The count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Martin hitting .241. This is game number 56 for him. 8 homers, 26 RBI, 7 doubles. 2-2 the count to him as Vargas fires. He misses outside with a changeup. Count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Martin, one of the 5 lefties in the order, all in odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 in the order. The 3-2. Low and inside with a slider, ball 4. First base runner of the evening for the Emeralds. So Martin makes his way down to first, and Lisbel Diaz, the left fielder, will step in. Of note, Martin has 11 stolen bases. He's been caught twice, so a threat to go for an Emeralds team that has stolen 77 bases this year. Decent lead over there for him. First pitch. Diaz takes a fastball, missing low. 1 ball and no strikes. And so far in this one, it's zeros, save the 1 error on the Eugene side of the ledger. Both teams still looking for their first hit in this game. The 1-0. Slider in there. That catches the top part of the zone to bring the count even at a ball and a strike. There's only 1 run in the other games of the Northwest League. Top of the third at Everett Memorial Stadium. Hillsboro leading the Aqua Sox 1-0. Vancouver up 1-0 in Spokane Valley against the Indians. The 1-1 pitch is low. Outside as well. 2 balls and a strike. And Vargas was brutally efficient. In the first inning, he threw just 8 pitches, 7 for strikes. Then had it out of the first pitch of the second inning. Ended up throwing 13 pitches last inning. Pickoff throw over to first. Back safely is Martin via dive. Giza Stadium has been a busy place today, not just in preparation and now the playing of Dust Devils baseball, but there was a watch party for the United States' 2-0 win over Australia in the parking lot earlier. The pitch. Diaz takes a fastball. It misses just low. 3 balls and a strike. So in case you missed that, the United States men's national team already to the knockout round of the World Cup by winning their first 2 matches. 3-1 the count to Diaz, the pitch. On 2 hops up the middle, it gets through for a hit. Getting to it is Gage Harrelson in center. Throw coming to third, not in time. To second, not in time either. So Diaz, a single. We'll see. If he didn't stop, he'll get credited with a double. Either way, 2 in scoring position for the Emeralds here, with nobody out in the third. So we'll wait to the official scoring. We know it's a hit. Just a matter of how many. It is indeed a single. Out into center on a line, and then he takes second on the throw to third. Crafty base running from Diaz. Here is Daniel Rogers, the catcher. First pitch to the lefty. Low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Jefferson Diaz struggling with his control here in the third. Rogers, the backup catcher for Eugene, just his 8th game for the Emeralds, hitting 160. The 1-0 fastball, swing and a miss to bring the count even at a ball and a strike. And if you detected the voice of the count, yes, Daniel Rogers is tonight's King Beverage beer banner, discounted brews for fans 21 and up for 10 minutes following a strikeout of the first 7 innings of Mr. Rogers. The 1-1. Line around to left center. That's going to get down. It's likely to plate 2, and it will, as coming again are both Martin and Diaz. 2-run single for Daniel Rogers, his first RBIs as an Emerald. And Eugene leads 2-0 here in the third. So walk, single, single after the first 6 retired. The bottom of the order doing major damage. And Jefferson Vargas is going to need to reset here. Trevor Cohen at the top of the order. First pitch. He takes a slider in there for strike 1. A broken back grounder. Out to short his first time up. Dust Devils would love one of those right about now. The 0-1. Off speed and missing outside. A ball and a strike. And Eugene, even though it's the second half, they haven't turned it off. Showing how quickly they can jump you, and it isn't just the big hitters in the middle of the order, the 1-1. That's high, 2 balls and a strike. Slider missing. So Vargas, after a beautiful first inning and a very quick first out in the second, out of sorts here in the third. Vargas checking Rogers, the 2-1 fly ball in the air down the left field line. Heading over and having a look, Jorge Ruiz, but it'll land foul on the berm. New ball for the kids to play with out there. Looks like there's a game going on right now. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mentioned Jorge Ruiz in left, Keith Harrelson in center, Randy DeJesus in right. The infield, Jake Monroe at third, Capri Ortiz at short. Yohan Macias at second, and Matt Cootie at first, with Juan Flores behind home plate for the Dust Devils. The 2-2. Fastball high. Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Vargas has already thrown now 19 pitches in this third inning without recording an out. Full count pitch. Pulled out to right. That's going to get down, heading on a hop to the fence. Rounding second and heading for third is Rogers. He'll get the stop sign as Cohen pulls into second with a double. So walk, single, single, double. Trevor Cohen putting another double on the board. That is his 23rd of the year. And Glendon Rush, the Dust Devils pitching coach, out to the mound to have a word with Vargas and try to settle him down here.
Check it out. And tomorrow is our very special 25th anniversary hat giveaway. First 500 fans.
So second and third for the Emeralds. Still nobody out here in this third. 2-0 Eugene leads. So the infield will come in. Johnny Level, the second baseman, will come to the plate. We had not gotten around to the first time that these two teams played. Or should say, the first time that Jefferson Vargas faced the Emeralds. Unfortunately for Jefferson, it did not go well. In the infield in, first pitch to Johnny Level. Grounder pulled foul, first base side 0-1. In that game, Vargas went 3 innings. He gave up 10 runs, all earned on 11 hits. And walks weren't really an issue. He was just getting hit with the offerings he was bringing to the zone. Of course, he was also, too, in the midst of some personal turmoil, the 0-1. And foul back for strike 2. Dan Bilardello mentioning that in a Tuesday conversation that we had. Every Tuesday we speak to the manager of the Dust Devils on this broadcast. And he mentioned that Jefferson had lost his mother in the last few weeks and had gone home to the Dominican Republic to be with her and his family. Now back at work here, the 0-2. It's high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Certainly in that frame of mind, you could more than understand a guy not really being here and struggling on the mound. Add in the mix that Eugene's quite good at what they do, and here we are, the 1-2. The slider spoiled by Level. Count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. And we waited until the 3rd inning to mention it, which I think is an accomplishment this week. But Johnny Level is the youngest player in the Northwest League. Just 19 years old. The 1-2. Low one inside, knocked down by Flores. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Vargas really struggling, and action now going to begin in the Tri-City bullpen. That's right-hander Kyle Roach loosening the 2-2. Liner hit out into right. That's a hit. That's going to get all the way to the wall and pick up 2 more as Rogers is in, Cohen behind. 2-run double, Johnny Level, 4-0 Emeralds. The 5th consecutive man to reach base, the 4th consecutive hit. And oh, by the way, the Emeralds now getting into the meat of their order with second, or should say, shortstop Gavin Keelan to the plate. So this has gone sideways in a hurry here in the 3rd. First pitch coming into Keelan. He takes a breaking ball for strike 1. So the Emeralds now 4 runs, 4 hits. And all of that in this 3rd inning, all of it in a row. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Underneath the changeup it looked like there, and Vargas up 2 strikes. I mentioned that pitch count, though. He is now about to throw his 29th pitch of the 3rd inning. Looking for an out, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He will get it as the tag applied by Juan Flores and a ball in the dirt. Keelan down on strikes, 2 unassisted. The put out, or the recording of the out on the strikeout, 1 out in the 3rd. 4-0 in favor of Eugene. Dakota Jordan to the plate. He is the 7th man stepping in against Vargas in this 3rd. Popped out to second, his first time up. First pitch this time a slider low. 1 ball and no strikes. And Jordan hit a homer last night, just a screamer of a line drive that got out over both fences, including the old one. The pitch. Grounder pulled on a hop to 3rd. Jake Monroe has it, throws to 2nd, and they have the runner off the bag. As Level had gone too far off, and the tag was applied by the second baseman, Yohan Macias. So the lead runner cut down. That will end up a 5-4 fielder's choice on the tag. Heady play by Jake Monroe for the 2nd out. Jordan now at first, a man with good speed himself. 4-0 Emeralds. First pitch to Carlos Gutierrez, a swing and a miss for strike 1. Gutierrez flew out to deep center in his first at bat an inning ago. The 0-1. Check swing and a breaking ball. Ruled to have offered by Byron Matos, the home plate umpire. 0-2. So after what was, again, a rough stretch for Vargas, an avenue out here. As the 0-2 pitch coming soon to Gutierrez. And a grounder in front of the mound. Vargas has it, sets and throws. In time, inning over. Throw a touch high, but Matt Cooney able to deal with it. No problem. But it was a problem this third inning for sure, as 8 come to the plate for Eugene. 4 score on 4 hits. No errors, 1 man left. Through 2.5, the score now, Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing. This is Dust Devils baseball. We begin the bottom of the third inning with the score Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing, and Hunter Dryden working with the lead. First pitch to Capri Ortiz on the way. Breaking ball missing high. 1 ball and no strikes. Neither team runs or hits in the first 2 innings, and Eugene striking for a 4 spot the pitch outside. 2 balls and no strikes to the Dust Devils shortstop. Capri was in center field last night, his second game there this year. The 2-0 fastball outside corner for strike 1. Ortiz 2 for 12 in the series, but caused some havoc last night, including a 2-run double, the 2-1. Capri high pop-up first base side coming into the reserve seats up there, off the top actually of the back wall of them and bouncing away. Count even at 2-2. As Dryden working from the windup. Steps the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tumbling slider and would have caught the top of the zone had Ortiz not swung at it. And he is down on strikes. That completes the first trip through the order for Hunter Dryden. No runs, no hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, an error involved as well. And Jake Monroe, we'll see him a second time now. First pitch. Monroe, line drive, hit to center. Going back to Kona Jordan to the track, to the wall, and it's off the wall. Monroe heading for second. He's got a 1-out double. There's the first hit of the night for the Dust Devils. With authority for Jake Monroe. That was on a line and on the fly, off the wall, right of center. Could see Dakota Jordan coasting back on it, and he was slowing because he knew he wasn't going to catch it. It was just a matter of where it was going to go, either over the fence or off it. So for Jake, double number 15 on the year, team leader in that category, and a runner in scoring position. With 1 out in the third, 4-0 Emeralds. First pitch to Yohan Macias, pop foul, third base side. No balls and a strike. And Macias, his first time up, struck out swinging on the fastball of Dryden. Who works from the stretch now, checking Monroe, the 0-1. Fastball that's there, strike 2. Caught Macias at the knees. And Yohan, big hit almost a week ago, 6 days ago in Hillsboro. The wind blowing in. And the man at the plate listed at 5'9", 150, sending one through the wind just over the wall and left for a grand slam at Hops Ballpark. Team second of the year. The 0-2 pitch. Macias on 2 hops to third. It's underneath the glove of Walker Martin. Going to third and stopping there is Jake Monroe. Runners on the corners with still 1 out in this third. That is the second error of the night, charged to the third baseman Walker Martin. He was, I'll say, a little unlucky on that one. He thought that was going to come up on a higher hop. And I think it hit the edge of the grass or whatever bounce it took. It just shot straight low. And it went underneath the glove, but he was in position. It is an E5. That brings up Randy DeJesus. 4-0 Emeralds, but 2 men on with 1 out. First pitch to Randy. Fastball low, 1 ball and no strikes. DeJesus struck out in the first. But certainly a guy who can again kind of change the tone of this game with a single swing as he did last night. The 1-0 foul straight back off the rail back toward the home plate area. Can't even add a ball and a strike. Interesting to see if Dan Billardello puts Johan Macias in motion here in some capacity to try to get into second. The 1-1. Little check swing by DeJesus late, but he gets a piece of it foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield is tilting the opposite way on DeJesus, which I got to say is not his usual MO, though his double last night went down the right field line. Otherwise, Randy's a pretty well-known pull hitter in these parts, and he can pull a ball an awfully long way. Tried and set at the Eugene script, the pitch. Fastball swinging a miss, strike 3. Randy chasing outside the zone. Frustrated with the barrel, tapping the knob of the bat with his cleat, or tapping the cleat with the knob. He goes down a second time swinging. 2 outs in the third. Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing. Jake Monroe at third, Johan Macias at first. Juan Flores up, reached on an error his first time up and then was picked off in his time on the bases. The pitch. That one called strike 1. Looking at the track man, looks as though that cutter came in a bit high, but well framed by Daniel Rogers, the Eugene catcher. Want another guy with major power. Why he's become the cleanup man. The 0-1 check swing. Did he offer at a pitch riding in on him? No is the answer from Bryce Bobbledyke, the base umpire. A ball and a strike. Moving the bat more in front of his face in self-defense than trying to hit the ball. And really not a lick of wind tonight at all. Warm, almost summer's evening here in the Tri-Cities. The 1-1. Breaking ball, chopped to third. Martin has it this time. Throw to first is in time. And the Dust Devils are done here in this third inning. 5-3 the ground out. Dust Devils turned away. The inning, no runs, a hit, an error, 2 men left. And through 3, Muir and Pasco, it is Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing. This is Dust Devils baseball. Moving to the 4th inning now in Pasco. The score, the Eugene Emeralds 4, the Tri-City Dust Devils nothing. And Jefferson Vargas coming back to the mound to begin the 4th. Had to throw a few pitches to get through that fourth inning, which saw 8 men come to the plate. Jacob Christian will be the first man to face Vargas here in the fourth. As Vargas threw 34 pitches in the third inning. He looked to be a little sharper here in inning number 4. First pitch. Slider low, 1 ball and no strikes. Of the 34 pitches, 20 were strikes. He's right about 2-to-1 ratio, but the strikes not in the places where Vargas is wanted, and the Emeralds have taken advantage. The 1-0. Fastball, swing and a miss. 4 strike 1. Christian struck out swinging to end the second. Strange looking card where Jefferson Vargas retired the first 6, no problems. Then the first 5 reached in the second. Or the third, the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Shadow starting to extend out over the field now from right to left. Outfielder still in the sun, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with another slider. So Jefferson Vargas picks up strikeout number 3. All have been on the slider.
Now batting for Eugene, number 13, third baseman Walker Martin.
1 out in the top of the fourth. 4-0 Eugene leads. The base is empty. Third baseman Walker Martin to the plate. He walked and scored to lead off the third. Leadoff walks never good. I can't think of a single instance in which they'd be good. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Yeah, of course, Jefferson Vargas isn't looking to walk people. That's just what happened. As Martin came in on the 2-run single off the bat of the catcher Daniel Rogers in the 9 spot. 2-run double by Johnny Level, bringing in the other 2, the 0-1. It's high. A ball and a strike. So you look out down the right field line at the moment, and you have Kyle Roach just sort of standing on the mound. And it seems as though the order right now is if a base runner reaches, start throwing, the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And as long as Vargas starts putting outs together, if he keeps doing that, then Roach will just have a nice view from the bullpen man down the right field line. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with what looked like a cutter that time. So back-to-back strikeouts for Jefferson Vargas to begin the fourth. And that'll bring the left fielder Lisbel Diaz to the plate. Emeralds 4, Dust Devils nothing. 2 outs, the base is clear here in the top of the fourth. As Diaz singled to center with Martin aboard, who went to third. First pitch, swing and a miss. At the slider, diving low, 0-1. Then he went to second on the throw, putting him in scoring position, and he came in on the Rogers single, the 0-1. Popped high in the air, first base side, foul out of play. Quickly 2 strikes on Diaz. As 0-2 from the windup of Vargas, here he is. Low and outside, 1-2. So I think that came up and caught Lisbel Diaz off a deflection from Juan Flores in a place where you'd rather not get caught. Thankfully, I think the deflection took the major velocity out of it. So Diaz okay. 1-2 the count to him as Vargas deals. Changeup pulled, foul up the third baseline. Jake Monroe was ready and waiting, but left of the bag it went. Count stays a ball and 2 strikes. Bright sunshine now on the Horsehaven Hills and a little bit more blue above us. The pitch. Slider, again foul, third base side. Pulled a little further this time, hitting the padding in front of the hot corner, the third base patio area here at Kisa Stadium. Another 1-2 to Diaz. Fastball fouled away, first base side this time. The infield tilting to play, Diaz to pull. Outfield is that way also. Yet another 1-2. That's low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Monroe hugging the line at third. Left fielder Jorge Ruiz playing a little in. Harrelson fairly deep in center. And DeJesus slightly in and right, but playing pretty well straight away in both direction and depth. The 2-2. Lined up the middle. Diaz able to scoop a slider out into center for a hit. A bobble by Harrelson. Diaz going for second. The throw not in time. So Diaz 2 for 2.
And batting for Eugene is your King Beverage Beer
Is that a
Brand.
line drive single to center,
Daniel Rogers.
as it was the first time, and then this time it is an E8 fielding error charged to Gage Harrelson. So that'll bring Daniel Rogers back to the plate. A 2-run single his first time up. Emeralds 4, Dust Devils nothing. Man at second, 2 outs here in the 4th. First pitch from Vargas. It's low. 1 ball and no strikes. And with the runner on, Kyle Roach has now begun to throw. So would expect to see Kyle at some point in this game now, simply because he's now warmed up twice. Once you have a guy get loose like that, you want him to pitch that day, really. The 1-0 fouled into the netting behind home plate. Ricocheting around to the third base side, a ball and a strike. And for Daniel Rogers, the greater Chicagoland area native who played collegiately in Iowa. That line drive single, first 2 RBIs at the high A level. The 1-1. It's low, 2 balls and a strike. As there were 3 catchers in Eugene. In fact, it's been a bit of a revolving door. Luke Schliger was around to start the year. Dust Devils didn't see him this year, as he made it to Double-A Richmond before that, I believe. That's where he went. O'Neal Perez there now. The 2-1. Pop foul, third base side, strike 2. Again, Rogers, the King Beverage beer banner. Thirsty fans 21 and up, sensing the possibility of a discounted beer for 10 minutes following a potential strikeout. Rogers, of course, looking to thwart that and give it back to the top of the order. And maybe extend the Eugene lead in the process. Vargas set in the stretch, the 2-2. Fastball, it is high. Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Trevor Cohen, the right fielder, waiting on deck. As Vargas holding his glove to his shoulder and now set at the Dust Devil script. The 3-2. Fastball just outside. Oh, man, that was close. If there was ABS, that might have been worth the challenge. It's very close, though, and Dan Billardello is out of the dugout, and the call has been made to the bullpen. So after 2 strikeouts, a single and a walk, bringing the night to a close for Jefferson Vargas. We'll end up going 3 2/3 in this one. And Kyle Roach gets called upon to get out and keep this a 4-0 game with 2 outs in the 4th. We'll take a brief break and we'll be right back with more Dust Devils baseball here on the MILB app, DustDevilsBaseball.com, MLB TV, and Bally Sports Live. Kyle Roach, the righty from Braintree, Massachusetts, steps in for the Tri-City Dust Devils, inheriting 2 runners from Jefferson Vargas, who's done after 3 2/3 innings. The score, Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing. As Vargas responsible for the 2 out on base. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts tonight, and walks really weren't the issue. Pickoff throw back to second, close plate, just back in time. Was Lisbel Diaz at second. So he is at second. Daniel Rogers is at first. And the Iron Man of the Dust Devils staff back to the mound. Pitch to Cohen. Swing and a miss, 0-1. For Kyle Roach, this is appearance number 23 on the year for Tri-City. No one else has even reached 20, though there are a couple, Benny Thompson and Sam Takoyan at 19. So not impossible that they will make it there tonight. Cohen a double and a run scored in the top of the 3rd. Eugene looking to add more here in the 4th, the 0-1. And a curve in there for strike 2. Out the outside corner. A ground out as well for Cohen, who's 1 for 2. He's double last time up, 1 hop the wall and right. Runners with leads at first and second. Roach set in the stretch, the 0-2. Fastball high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the Stars and Stripes out at the top of the flagpole in left center. Hardly even, just fluttering back and forth. A dead still Friday. Sounds as though it could be windy tomorrow. A heads up there. The 1-2. Fastball, swing and a foul tip into the glove of of Juan Flores. Strike 3. So the job done. Roach gets the strikeout and the inning is over. No runs for the Emeralds. 1 hit, no errors. No, beg your pardon, 1 error. And 2 are left. An interesting top of the 4th, but in the end, no damage to Tri-City. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Emeralds 4, Dust Devils nothing. The score, this is Tri-City Dust Devils baseball. Moving now to the bottom of the 4th. Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing the score. And Matt Kootenai, the designated hitter, lead things off for Tri-City. Designated hitter Aaron Graber, left fielder Jorge Ruiz to come. 3 lefties taking on Hunter Dryden. In the opening game of the second half for both sides. Eugene the winner of the first half. Tri-City finished in second. Dust Devils looking to at least dent the run column of the scoreboard here in this 4th inning. The first pitch from Hunter Dryden. Fouled straight back by Kootenai for strike 1. Line final for Jefferson Vargas now. 3 2/3 innings, 4 runs earned on 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. 77 pitches, 48 for strikes. He is the pitcher of record, of course. The 0-1. Kootenai takes it there for strike 2. Late grab on that one from Daniel Rogers. I think it fooled Kootenai a little bit. No balls and 2 strikes. Dryden delivers. That misses low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kootenai walked his first time to the plate. So did Aaron Graber behind. Dust Devils had a threat in that second, could not deliver on it. The 1-2. Kootenai pops it foul, third base side, well out of play. Count stays where it is. Threats in the second and the third. Dust Devils left 2 on in each of those innings. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Change up bottom. Just dropped right out of it. Hunter Dryden picks up another strikeout. That is 6 for him on the night. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. The base is empty. Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing the score. First pitch to Graber. Fastball inside. Little low as well. 1-0. Obviously a long, long way to go in this contest. The 1-0. Graber fouls it back into the netting. To the ball boy, the third base side, who got out and made a nice play off the ricochet. Can't even hit a ball and a strike. We're about due for an Angels system update. The 1-1 swing and a miss, strike 2. As Ontario now up 10-1 on Rancho Cucamonga, top of the 5th. The Quakes just getting on the board in that 5th inning. The 1-2. Graber takes it high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Salt Lake coming back for a 3-2 win over Tacoma. In the Arizona Complex League, the Angels falling to the Mariners 3-2. 2-2 here, swing and a miss, strike 3. Another heater. That one in the zone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hunter Dryden. 7 on the night now in 4 innings. 2 outs, the base is clear. 4-0, the Emeralds leading. Jorge Ruiz, the left fielder, coming up. He hit one of the stranger balls you'll see his first time up the pitch. That misses high. 1 ball and no strikes. Ruiz hit one that was foul to begin with and then did like a horseshoe move and ended up fair. The 1-0. Breaking ball, hit well to left. Going back, Lisbel Diaz stopping and making the catch is Diaz to end the inning. So Ruiz putting it out there, but the catch made. And Dryden a 1-2-3 4th. Off to the 5th inning now. The score is still Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing. This is still Dust Devils baseball, and we're still glad you're here for it. On to the 5th inning in front of a lively crowd at Kisa Stadium. The score, the Eugene Emeralds 4, the Tri-City Dust Devils nothing. Kyle Roach continuing on in relief, getting his first full inning of work. Fans up to do the chicken dance. Now time to get back to baseball. First man to bat in this 5th inning is the second baseman, Johnny Level. Switch hitter on the left-hand side. First pitch to him. At the knees for strike 1. Level a 2-run double his last time up. He's also flown out to left. 1 for 2 on the evening. For the wide, Roach the 0-1. Fastball missing high. Did he offer? No, says Bryce Bobbledyke, the base umpire. A ball and a strike. The infield tilting slightly to play level the pole. Only slightly, though. The 1-1 breaking ball pulled foul up the first base line. And you see why. Ends up in the Tri-City bullpen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now it's only the outfield in bright sunshine, but all 3 outfielders getting some sun right now. The 1-2 pitch. Level, fly ball to center. Harrelson going back. He was already positioned fairly deep. Now a couple steps in. He'll make the catch. 1 out. No trouble for Gage there. And a well measured to begin with. 1 out of the 5th. 4-0. Eugene in front. All runs in the 3rd inning. Shortstop Gavin Keelan to the plate. First pitch from Roach. Curveball just inside, 1-0. Line scores 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for Eugene. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for Tri-City. The 1-0. Keelan pulls a grounder right side. Diving stop, Yohan Macias. Throw to first in time. Macias on his chest, able to toss it on the ground with a couple of hops and get it to Kudney in time for the 2nd out. Great play. Again, really could not get up and throw. Didn't have time. But Macias able to get the job done. Dakota Jordan up now. 2 outs in the 5th. 4-0 Emeralds. First pitch low from Kyle Roach. 1-0. Jordan is 0 for 2. He's popped out to second. It was a little jam shot. And grounded into a fielder's choices last time up. The 1-0 swing and a miss. Can't even add a ball and a strike. In this game 4 of a 6-game set. The 1-1. Jordan, a foul tip at the plate for strike 2. Tri-City's already improved on their performance from the first series between these two. Emeralds took 5 out of 6. Our organist tonight at the ballpark getting a lot more Bach. Johann Sebastian making an appearance here. The lefty from Leipzig, the 1-2. Grounder to the right side of the infield. Macias there. More routine throw for him this time. To first in plenty of time to end the inning. So 0's down the book column as it was in the first 2 innings. This time Kyle Roach 3 up, 3 down. We're midway through this one. The score, the Emeralds 4, the Dust Devils nothing. This is Tri-City Dust Devils baseball. We make our way to the bottom of the 5th inning in Pasco. Gage Harrelson leading things off for the Dust Devils, who trail the Emeralds by a score of 4-0. Harrelson, the 8th man in the order tonight. Hunter Dryden begins his 5th inning of work. First pitch to Gage. Fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. Just 1 hit given up by Dryden so far. A double in the 3rd off the bat of Jake Monroe, the 1-0. Breaking ball low, 2 balls and no strikes. Speaking of Monroe, he'll bat 3rd in this inning. With Capri Ortiz in between. Tri-City in the home white, navy, and gold tonight. The 2-0. Outside, ball 3. So Harrelson well out in front. He struck out swinging his first time up. Hunter Dryden with 7 strikeouts on the evening so far, the 3-0. That's in there for strike 1. Took a little bit off the fastball. Harrelson taking all the way. Dryden working with some pace, the 3-1. That misses outside, ball 4. So Gage Harrelson aboard for the first time tonight. 3rd walk issued by Hunter Dryden. The Dust Devils have a base runner to lead off the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring Capri Ortiz to the plate. Again, Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing the score. But Harrelson with good speed at first. Taking in, extending a decent lead over there. First pitch. Fastball inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Longest Hunter Dryden has gone in a game is 5 1/3 innings this season. That was his lone win in his start 2 outings ago at Everett, the 1-0. Ortiz was square to bunt, pulled back the barrel. Pitch missed low, 2 balls and no strikes. So his last win a little under 2 weeks ago, or his only win of the year. He was in the rotation to start the year, I think part of a piggyback, then was the second half, and then it flipped back over, the 2-0. Ortiz attempts to bunt that time, and it's foul on the 3rd base side, 2 balls and a strike. We've seen Capri a time or two catch folks off guard with the bunt. Been able to leg it out for a hit. Walker Martin at 3rd, certainly on his guard, as his toes at the edge of the grass cutout at 3rd base. The 2-1, Ortiz square, pulls back, pitch misses. 3 balls and a strike. Once more, Jake Monroe waiting on deck as the order turns back over. The 3-1. Ortiz again square. He lays it down. 3rd base side. Walker Martin has it. Throw to first in time for the outs. So it is a successful sacrifice bunt. Tri-City leads the league in those. They add another there. 5-3 is the putout. As Ortiz gives himself up, that will not be charged as an offer. He'll remain 0 for 1 in the game. The Dust Devils have a runner in scoring position with 1 out of the 5th. And so far, the only man to get a hit off of Hunter Dryden at the plate, Jake Monroe. First pitch to the 3rd baseman. Fouled straight back, 0-1. It was a double off the wall, right of center. A line drive screamer. Won the count to him this time as Dryden checks Harrelson at second a couple of times. The pitch. Breaking ball, pulled foul, 3rd base side. Dan Billardello with a nice kick save over at 3rd. Maybe World Cup inspired, who knows? Billardello, though, a big hockey guy, big Florida Panthers fan as well. So enjoyed the previous 2 years in which the Panthers went back-to-back as Stanley Cup champions, the 0-2. That pulled sharply foul to the Emeralds bullpen, where folks are doing arm circles and starting to loosen up. Hunter Dryden has thrown so far in this game 73 pitches. The most he's thrown in a game this year is 81. Starting to get near the end of the finish line, you'd think. The 0-2. That's inside. It hits Jake Monroe. Monroe, a man willing to be hit by a pitch, as he makes his way down to first. As he wore that, I think, off the elbow guard. bring Yohan Macias up with 2 aboard and cause a conversation between Daniel Rogers, the Emeralds catcher, and starter Hunter Dryden. As Macias is 0 for 2, he has struck out swinging and reached on an error at third. It was a grounder hit somewhat sharply, but right at Walker Martin. He was unable to handle it. So the Dust Devils, a good opportunity here. Really their 3rd good opportunity of the night. Can it be the charm here? 4-0 Emeralds in the 5th. First and second one out for the Dust Devils to pitch. Macias takes it high, 1-0. As action is now starting for Eugene in their bullpen. A right-hander beginning to throw. Tried and set the 1-0. Macias, fly ball right center, hit well. Dakota Jordan going over. In the gap, he'll make the catch. Tagging from second is Gage Harrelson. He'll get there without a throw. Monroe holds it first. Now runners on the corners for Tri-City, but now 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. That was it. To deep right of center. But Dakota Jordan covering a lot of ground to make the catch. Randy DeJesus, though, to the plate now. 4-0 Eugene, but Tri-City getting their best power hitter to the plate here, or one of their best, certainly. First pitch to Randy. It's a fastball outside, 1-0. Righty Liam Simon getting loose for the Emeralds down the left field line. The 1-0 pitch to Randy. Ripped foul. Third base side. Hopefully everybody okay over there. There is likely a long line for Dusty's Dash tonight. So kids over there hopefully okay. Looks like they are. Can't even hit a ball and a strike to the big right-handed slugger. The 1-1. Breaking ball again, pulled foul. Look out, kids, that's coming in. Thankfully not with a ton of velo. And it looks like it landed safely. 1-2 now the count, though, as DeJesus has been on a couple of sliders. Dryden ready. It's time called by DeJesus. He saw him getting set. And now everyone will step back in. DeJesus in the right-hand box. Dryden back foot again to the first base side of the rubber. Towing the edge. The 1-2. Fastball, jam shot. Must have been off the knob of the bat. Over to Juan Flores in the on-deck circle. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So that was riding in, and Randy able to just fend it off. Is Hunter Dryden now at 80 pitches. It is a warm night, though. Another 1-2. Fastball swinging a foul tip into the glove of Daniel Rogers for strike 3. DeJesus down a 3rd time tonight. Hunter Dryden through 5 is the pitcher of record for the Emeralds. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left. And Dusty's Dash officially on the go. Presented by our friends at Pizza Hut. Enjoy the spread, kids of all ages. It is a long, long line tonight. We go to the 6th. The score remaining, Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing, and this remaining Dust Devils baseball. We're up to the 6th inning at Giza Stadium tonight. The score, the Eugene Emeralds 4, the Tri-City Dust Devils nothing, and Doug Taylor saying hello again for Tri-City Dust Devils Baseball on Bally Sports Live, MLB TV, the MILB app, and DustDevilsBaseball.com. Big crowd here on a Friday night at the ballpark, and a warm one at that. Last drone show of the year after the ball game, presented by our friends and great supporters at Giza Credit Union. As Kyle Roach beginning his second full inning of work. First pitch to Carlos Gutierrez, fouled straight back by the DH, 0-1. Gutierrez 0 for 2, both of those against Jefferson Vargas. A fly out to center and a soft tapper back to the mound. To the right side of it, that is, the 0-1. Curveball lined out into right center. That's on the run as a leadoff hit to begin the 6th. Gutierrez will settle for a single. Everybody coming back from Dusty's Dash now, recounting the thrill of sprinting across the outfield. 6th hit of the game for the Emeralds. 4-run, 6 hits, 2 errors for the visitors from Tracktown, USA. Tri-City, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error so far. Hunter Dryden been very tough on him. First pitch to Jacob Christian. A check swing, unable to check it was Christian that time. No balls and a strike. Byron Matos, the home plate umpire, ringing him up.
When I say let's go, you say Dust Devils, let's go.
Christian so far, 2 strikeouts. Again, those both against Vargas. The 0-1. On a hop to third. Jake Monroe has it to second for 1. Macias to first in time for 2. Around the horn go the Dust Devils. 5 for 3. The single quickly erased. 2 outs in the 6th, and the base is empty. As Roach got him to turn one over. And that will bring Walker Martin, the third baseman, up to the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk so far. Emeralds 4, Dust Devils nothing. Bases clear, 2 outs, top of the 6th. First pitch from Roach, a fastball missing outside. Only by a little, 1-0. In the Northwest League right now, all 3 games started around 7:05. Hillsborough up 5-1 on Everett, top of the 6th. They're only the 5th in Spokane Valley. The 1-0, a curveball dropping in, a ball and a strike. And in that game, Vancouver leads Spokane 5-3, top 5 at Avista Stadium. Dust Devils headed there next week to take on the Indians for 6. The 1-1. Curveball again, swing and a miss, strike 2. That one moving toward the inside corner as Martin coming up empty. The walk came in the 3rd, led off the 4-run inning. It's the only half inning in which any runs have been scored so far in this game. The 1-2. Another curve, check swing to the offer. No, says Bryce Bobbldyke. It was close. At least it seemed that way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We've talked about that before. That is a pure judgment call of intent by the umpire. Nothing in the actual rule book that says what a swing is and what a swing isn't. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Fastball just low and just inside the count, full 3-2. That was inches from being just an absolutely perfect pitch from Roach. Instead, the count full if Martin reaches. Left fielder Lisbel Diaz waiting on deck. He's 2 for 2 so far tonight. The payoff. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Gave him another hook. Martin unable to get there. Strikeout on the board. Zeros down the book column. The bottom of the 6th on the way. What the score? Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing. This is Dust Devils baseball. Off to the bottom of the sixth inning. Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing the score. And catcher Juan Flores leading off against Hunter Dryden, who will begin his sixth inning of work. First pitch from the righty. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. 81 was the most pitches he had thrown in a game until tonight. He's just crossed that, the 1-0. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. There has been action behind him in the Eugene bullpen. Right-hander Liam Simon was throwing earlier. And that looks to still be the man on the mound. The 2-0. Fastball ripped to left. That's down for a hit. Racing over to it is Lisbel Diaz, the left fielder. Flores will stop. He's got a leadoff single. Just the second hit of the night for the Dust Devils. One lined sharply to left, and that is going to be it. So 1 batter for Hunter Dryden. That may have been a situation where if he got outs, he maybe got a shot to get through 6, or maybe they just thought it would be best for him to take on Flores. Either way, the call made. Hunter Dryden, though, at absolute worst, is going to give up 1 run tonight in 5+ innings. He was electric at times for the Emeralds. And Liam Simon making the trip to the mound. We have a pitching change with nobody out, a man at first, bottom of the 6th inning with the score. Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing, as it has been since the 3rd. The Dust Devils will look to change that when we come back. Right-hander Liam Simon taking over for the Eugene Emeralds. Juan Flores on at first via leadoff single to begin the bottom of the 6th inning. With the score, Eugene 4, Tri-City nothing. Liam Simon, no decisions, a 4.95 ERA. This is outing number 17 for the right-hander. Matt Kootenai, the first man he faces. First pitch, a slider, taking 4 strike 1 at the top of the zone. Simon listed at 6'4", 251 pounds, from Princeton, New Jersey, or at least born there. Went collegiately to Notre Dame. The 0-1. That's low, ball and a strike. Of course, Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana, where Benny Thompson was born and raised and is still from. Matt Kootenai, 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Stretching his on-base streak to 7 games in a row. The 1-1. Slider missing high. 2 balls and a strike. Simon has seen time with the Emeralds, a couple of different sessions. The pitch. Kootenai, grounder, right side, it's through. A single, Flores heading for third, he will get there. The throw coming in a little low. Runners on the corners, nobody out for the Dust Devils. So Matt Kootenai, another hit on the board in this series as the bat has awoken. Aaron Graber, the designated hitter, will come up. And 2 on, nobody out. Liam Simon, his last 2 outings, has given up at least 2 runs. A blown save, in fact, in his last outing against Spokane. That was a week ago. First pitch to Aaron Graber. Fastball on the money for strike 1. Before those outings, though, was 3 scoreless outings prior, including 2 saves in as many tries. So Simon with some ability for sure. The 0-1 inside. Kind of an interesting move from Aaron Graber to get out of the way of that. Interesting's fine though. Better than boring. Ball and a strike. Yeah, Flores at third, Kootenai at first. Outfield tilting the opposite way on Graber. The 1-1. That grounded foul at the plate off of Graber, spinning behind home plate toward the backstop, 1-2. Graber also 0 for 1 with a walk. The walk in the second. Strikeout in the fourth. Jorge Ruiz waiting on deck. Dust Devils don't have to get all four back in this inning. Be great if they did. Just get on the board. The 1-2. Swing and a foul tip. Graber just getting a piece of a ball rolling away from the catcher Daniel Rogers. Some interesting clouds tonight off in the distance, but still a lot of blue above us and no threat at all. Just a warm, almost summer's evening here in the Mid-Columbia. The 1-2. Graber pops it foul, third base side. That'll slice out a play over the general admission seats. And another 1-2 pitch upcoming. In fact, at first pitch, weather reading 90 degrees at Tri-Cities Airport. The 1-2. Graber pulls it through the right side. A third consecutive hit. Another RBI for Aaron Graber, who had 2 last night. The Dust Devils are on the board. It's now Eugene 4, Tri-City 1 here in the 6th. Back-to-back singles off of Simon. That run charged to Hunter Dryden, whose line is now final. Matt Kootenai up to second on the RBI single by Aaron Graber. So the big southpaw delivers. And left fielder Jorge Ruiz at the plate. And 4-1 Eugene leading. Ruiz representing the tying run in the 6th. A bunt. Third base side. Beauty. Fielded by Walker Martin, the third baseman. Throw to first. Close play there. They get the outs as Ruiz gives himself up. Moves both runners into scoring position though. Second sacrifice bunt by the Dust Devils tonight. And that will bring Gage Harrelson, the center fielder, to the plate. Emeralds 4, Dust Devils 1. It's now Kootenai at third, Graber at second. With 1 out in the 6th. Gage Harrelson looking for his first hit of the night. First pitch, fastball, missing, 1-0. Just outside that time. A walk for Harrelson his last time. That led off the last inning. Strikeout before that, the 1-0. Well inside, bouncing away. Kootenai racing home. He will score. As that shot up into the air, Daniel Rogers was just waiting for it to come down, and Kootenai took off for home plate. By the time Rogers had it, he was fairly close to the plate. He didn't know whether or not he should throw it. Didn't matter. Kootenai was already there. 4-2 now the score. As Matt in on the wild pitch and Aaron Graber up to third. The 2-0. Harrelson takes a fastball low, ball 3. And now the Emeralds in danger of putting the potential tying run aboard. With 1 out here in the 6th, the 3-0. Gage takes a fastball. It's there, strike 1, just at the knees. 97 plus though from Liam Simon. Major velo from the righty. Capri Ortiz on deck, waiting for the Dust Devils. The 3-1. Harrelson pops it foul to our left, and the count full now at 3-2. But the Dust Devils have fought back here. They've cut the Eugene lead in half, the 3-2. Harrelson liner deep down the left field line, slicing foul off the wall on the fly. So 3 singles, Flores, Kootenai, and Graber to start the inning. A sac bunt moving Kootenai and Graber into scoring position, and then a wild pitch bringing Kootenai home and moving Graber to third. Not the 6 so far. On the bottom side, another 3-2. It is high, ball 4. Harrelson pleased with the take. as he draws a one-out walk. His second walk in as many innings. So now runners on the corners again, with still one out of the sixth. And Gage Harrelson represents the tying run over at first base. The crowd is alive here at Geisa Stadium. First pitch. Ortiz, broken bat liner. It's going to get through. Kramer scores from third. Harrelson to second. It's 4-3. Tri-City within a run. The three singles to lead off the inning, all home. And Capri Ortiz picks up an RBI. Broken bat. Capri still plenty strong enough to force it out into center. Listen for yourself. One of the largest crowds of the season. Loud and engaged here in Pasco. It's Luis Pino, the Eugene pitching coach, going out and visiting Liam Simon. That meeting now over. You have the potential tying run at second, the potential go-ahead run at first. And one of the most dangerous men in the Tri-City lineup at the plate in Jake Monroe. First pitch. Pop up, right side. Heading over to it, Jacob Christian, the first baseman. It's just going to land on the netting foul. Looked for a while there that he was going to have a chance at that one. Thankfully, no. So no balls and a strike to Monroe, who is 0 for 1 tonight. A double in the third inning. He's also been hit by a pitch. And Simon in the stretch, checking Harrelson at second. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, a fastball by. 0-2. And you have excellent speed at both bases now as well. And Harrelson and Ortiz. Anything in a gap down the line, maybe not even all the way in either spot. Dan Billardello might send both to try to grab the lead. The 0-2 runners go. Throw outside, they go to second. Ortiz safe. A double steal from the Dust Devils. And now the potential tying run 90 feet away, the potential go-ahead run at second. Stolen bases for both. As Harrelson his fourth, Ortiz his 22nd, the infield in the 1-2. Fouled away, first base side. Really has been a hallmark of this Tri-City team this year. They do not quit. They keep coming at you. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike three. Monroe unable to lay off the cutter. He is down on strikes for the second out. That'll bring Yohan Macias to the plate. The 8th man to the plate for the Dust Devils in this 6th inning. Eugene 4, Tri-City 3. 2 men in scoring position for the Dust Devils. As Yohan Macias, switch hitter in on the left-hand side. First pitch from Simon. Swing and a miss, strike one. Macias does have a little pop, but he's known as a slasher. Looking to find a place here to fit a grounder through and give the Dust Devils the lead. The 0-1. Macias hits one high in the air, first base side. That is foul out of play, going into the upper part of the reserve seats. Everybody get up there, it looks like. Simon ahead, though, no balls and 2 strikes. Walker Martin at third, playing toward the edge of the grass. Still with 2 strikes even. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball by 99 from Liam Simon. And the inning is over. So the Emeralds preserve the lead, but just barely. 3 runs for the Dust Devils in the 6th inning on 4 hits. No errors, 2 men left in scoring position. Tri-City's left 8 on base on the night. But again, they scored 3. They're within a run as we go to the 7th. The score now, the Emeralds 4 and the Dust Devils 3 for Tri-City Dust Devils baseball tonight. It's a good one. We move to the 7th inning here in Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland. The score, Eugene 4, Tri-City 3. As the Dust Devils with 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to get within 1. We spell Diaz, the left fielder, will lead things off for the Emeralds in their road gray, emerald green, and white jersey. Gray road pants as well. Kyle Roach continuing on in relief for the Dust Devils, has done a real nice job so far. First pitch to Diaz. Fastball in there, strike 1. It'll be Diaz, followed by catcher Daniel Rogers and right fielder Trevor Cohen. 2 out of the 3 lefties. Roach winds the 0-1. Line drive to center, 3rd hit of the night for Lisbel Diaz. They've all been exactly the same. Liners to center. So Diaz 3 for 3. The Emeralds looking to push the lead back out after almost losing all of it in the bottom of the 6th. Catcher Daniel Rogers, 6'3" left-hander in. One more time tonight is the King Beverage beer batter. Emeralds 4, Dust Devils 3. Diaz at first to begin the 7th. First pitch, curveball to Rogers. It's there, strike 1. Daniel Rogers has been aboard twice. A 2-run double in the 3rd, a walk in the 4th. As action beginning in the Tri-City pen now. The 0-1. Fastball, just missing eye and outside by a little. Ball and a strike. Looks as though it is the righty Benny Thompson throwing out there. If so, it'll be his 20th appearance. It is Benny getting warm out there. The 1-1. Fastball low. 2 balls and a strike to Rogers. Line score is much closer now with the offensive burst from the Dust Devils in the 6th. 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for Eugene. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Tri-City. Roach set in the stretch, the 2-1. Fastball hit high in the air to left. Over to it, Jorge Ruiz. He'll make the catch. So doesn't look like a beer batter strikeout coming tonight, but the Dust Devils will take the out gladly. And out to begin the 7th. Dan Billardello is at the edge of the dugout, standing, but he's going to hang out. On the deep fly out. Diaz staying at first. No opportunity to advance. Trevor Cohen, the right fielder, in. 4-3 Eugene. Man at first, 1 out in the 7th. First pitch. Cohen takes it low. 1 ball and no strikes. We mentioned the appearances for Kyle Roach. 34 2/3 innings out of the bullpen coming into the night. He's added to that already. The 1-0. Cohen, fly ball to center. Over to it is Harrelson. He's there, and he makes the catch. 2 down now in the 7th, and again, Diaz retreating to first. That hit well, but Harrelson just a few steps to his left with his great speed able to get there. is officially a lineout. L8. And here is Johnny Level, the second baseman. 2-run double to his credit tonight. 4-3 Emerald in the seventh. Man at first, 2 outs. Diaz goes. First pitch in there. Throw to second. Did they get the tag down? No. Diaz overslid the bag, but then was able to get back in time. He has the base stolen. Can't tell if he's in some pain out there at second. Seems to be. He is, I think, shaking off something, stretching out his left shoulder and arm. Manager Jacob Hayward and trainer Joseph Holstedt going out to have a look. Holstedt, by the way, is the only holdover from this staff from the previous couple of years. Everybody else is new, but Holstedt, I think it's his 3rd year as the trainer for Eugene.
And hey, fans, we want to thank once again Eugene Credit Union for sponsoring our game today and sponsoring the drone show. What we want to do is stick around. It's going to be a great drone show after the game is over.
As they check still on Lisbel Diaz at second. Looks as though he's going to stay in the ball game. That is a good sight. By the way, for him as well, for Diaz, his 4th stolen base of the year. That should not get lost in the midst of the shuffle there. So he is at second with 2 out. Level an RBI opportunity. Benny Thompson close to ready in the bullpen. Kyle Roach trying to get through 3 1/3 tonight. The 0-1. Grounder pull to the right side. Matt Kootenai has it. Flip to Roach, who's there in time. Inning over. Nice work by the Dust Devils defensively. Nice work by Kyle Roach tonight. Big time performance for him out of the bullpen. 3-1 the ground out. Ending the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left in scoring position. Time for us to stretch and be taken out to the ball game. When we come back, the bottom of the 7th with the score, Eugene 4, Tri-City 3. This is Dust Devils baseball. First pitch to Randy DeJesus in the bottom of the 7th inning. A fastball and a swing and a miss. 4-1. Eugene leads Tri-City 4-3. As DeJesus leading off the bottom of the 7th. The 0-1 popped high in the air. Behind home plate to the first base side. Out of play. 0-2. DeJesus has struck out 3 times tonight. Hunter Dryden getting him all 3 times. The 0-2. High in the air, down the right field line. Christian having a look at a land foul just past the fence line down the Tri-City bullpen way. Count still 0-2. DeJesus, Juan Flores, Matt Kootenai. It was Flores and Kootenai who got things started in the 6th. Tri-City trailed 4-0, beg your pardon. 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th, getting him back in the game. The pitch. Liner hit basically right to the shortstop, Gavin Keelan, somewhat softly. Keelan had to lean down to grab it, but he does. 4 out, number 1. Randy, unfortunately, 0 for 4 tonight. We'll see if he gets one more opportunity in this contest. First out of the 7th recorded. And Juan Flores to the plate in a 1-run game. 3 guys in this inning, all who could tie the game with 1 swing. First pitch from Simon. Slider, it's there, 0-1. Each team scoring all their runs in 1 inning so far. Eugene 4 in the top of the 3rd, Tri-City 3 in the bottom of the 6th. The 0-1 hit high in the air, deep to left center. Diaz going back to the track, to the wall. It is gone! Juan Flores has tied the ball game with a solo homer. Right about in the spot where he ended that wild 18-17 game in August last year against these same Emeralds. Flores goes yard, and we are tied 4-4 in the bottom of the 7th. In front of a raucous home crowd, the Dust Devils have come back from 4 down to tie it. For Juan, homer number 10, RBI total to 34. We'll get you the stats on it in a moment as well. First pitch to Matt. Fastball missing just outside. 1 ball and no strikes. So both pitchers, starters, no decisions. The 1-0. Kootenai takes a fastball, that time there on the outer edge. Bring the count even at a ball and a strike. And Simon settles in the 1-1. Kootenai takes another fastball, missing just outside. 2 balls and a strike. Infield tilting to play the lefty to pull the 2-1. Outside again, 3 balls and a strike. With Juan Flores hitting his 10th homer moments ago to tie the ball game, that is now, I believe, 4 Dust Devils who have reached double figures in homers this year. The 3-1. That misses ball 4. I don't believe it, I know it, because Anthony School was at 11 before he was promoted to Rocket City. And Kootenai draws a walk. He's the potential go-ahead run aboard. Here in the 7th, there has been action in the Eugene pen, and the call made to the bullpen. A new righty coming in to take over. Liam Simon stepping out. And the new righty coming in will inherit the potential go-ahead run. As we take a brief breather here at Geisa Stadium. And a wild, raucous, and entertaining ball game. The score, Tri-City 4, Eugene 4. Bottom of the 7th inning. We're back shortly here at all the places you're taking in Dust Devils baseball. The Dust Devils 4, the Emeralds 4. Cole Hillier, right-hander, coming into the game for the Eugene Emeralds. As Liam Simon done. Simon giving up a solo homer to Juan Flores to tie the game moments ago. Aaron Graber up, first pitch to the DH, pop foul. third base side of home plate for strike one. Dust Devils were down 4-0 going to the bottom of the sixth. They got 3 last inning. And again, the Juan bomb tying up the ball game here in the seventh. Now they're looking for their first lead of the night. The 0-1. Graber swinging a miss. Bottom dropping out on the Hillier offering 0-2. Aaron Graber, an RBI single. He drove in the first run of that sixth inning. Pulling it through the right side, the 0-2. Graber swinging a miss as that one falling away. A changeup. Tough pitch on a lefty. Graber down on strikes. Now 1 for 3 with a walk. 2 outs in the seventh. The Dust Devils and the Emeralds in a 4-4 tie. And Jorge Ruiz, the left fielder, standing in. And Benny Thompson, right-hander, loosening up for the Dust Devils in the bullpen. Looks like he'll have the 8th inning. First pitch to Jorge. Little flare down the third base side. Foul off the netting and back down. Strike one. Ruiz is 0 for 2. He has hit a strange spinning grounder that was initially foul near the plates and then almost did a U-turn into fair territory. Ended up a 2-3 putout, a fly out to deep left, and a sac bunt. So it is 0 for 2, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. That changeup again for Hillier. Keeping the lefty Ruiz off balance. 0-2. Cole Hillier, 2-1, 6.12 ERA. This is his 17th outing. ERA is just a little lower now, 6.04 in fact. 25 innings of work this year. The pitch runner goes. It's low. Daniel Rogers unable to get the throw away. And Wheels Kootenay's got himself another stolen base. Third of the year for Matt. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Tip of the cap to Dan Patrick. 1-2 the count to Jorge Ruiz with Kootenay now in scoring position. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cutter in on the hands, tying up Ruiz. And the inning is over. But Juan Flores, his solo homer, ties the ball game. A run, a hit, no errors, a man left. We go to the 8th. The Dust Devils 4, the Emeralds 4 on this wonderful Friday night here in the Mid-Columbia. Getting a large, loud, and lively crowd into this one as we start the 8th inning with the score, Tri-City 4, Eugene 4. And the righty Benny Thompson taking over for the Tri-City Dust Devils. Before we get into Thompson, major tip of the cap to the righty Kyle Roach of the Dust Devils. 3 1/3 scoreless innings out of the bullpen. 2 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts, 34 pitches, 24 for strikes. Kyle, great tonight. Now it is Thompson. 2-3, a 3.34 ERA. His 20th outing of the year starts now. First pitch to Gavin Keelan, the shortstop, misses low. 1 ball and no strikes as Thompson will take on the heart of the Emeralds order. Keelan, Dakota Jordan, Carlos Gutierrez, the 3-4-5 for Jacob Hayward's Emeralds. The 1-0 pitch. Change up just outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Looking at the track man, it was right on the outside corner. Nasty pitch that Thompson has, the righty from South Bend, Indiana. The 2-0. Another changeup, this time a swing and a miss from Keelan. 2 balls and a strike. Sky is starting to get dark here on one of the longest days of the year. We've had beautiful cotton candy hues in the sky. Still a little bit of that to our west as the sun sets here in the Columbia Basin. The 2-1. Another change. Just outside. 3 balls and a strike. As it looks like the fastball coming out of his hand, and then it just dies going away. The 3-1 now to Keelan. Outside, ball 4. Missed with a fastball. And the leadoff man is on via walk to start the 8th. Tri-City 4, Eugene 4. Center fielder Dakota Jordan to the plate. Jordan is 0 for 3. He has popped out to the second baseman, Yohan Macias. He is grounded into a fielder's choice. And then grounded out up the middle. First pitch. Change up, it's high. 1 ball and no strikes. Thompson, 29 2/3 innings so far this year. 11 earned runs, 12 in total, given up on 19 hits. He's walked 26, struck out 34. The 1-0. Another changeup, high again. 2 balls and no strikes. He's also hit 5 batters. So it's almost 1-to-1. The strikeout to free pass ratio. Again, not where Benny would like it. The 2-0. Fastball, swing and a miss that time, strike 1. Was not far off from the spot of the other 2 pitches, but the velo changing. There's somebody out on the Dust Devils bullpen mound right now. The pitch. Fastball taken, strike 2. Ruled to have caught the top of the zone. So Thompson comes back to even the count. It's the infield playing Jordan to pull. Again, just a destroyed homer last night for Jordan. So far 0 for 3 in this one. Ever dangerous. Keelan a short lead at first, not a base stealer. The 2-2. Fastball just outside, ball 3. Oh man, that was close in the count full. Does look like it just missed. Carlos Gutierrez on deck. Benny Thompson in danger of walking the first 2 to begin the 8th inning. Full count pitch. Fastball that's there, strike 3. And Jordan knew it. He was looking for something else there, did not get it. Big strikeout for Benny Thompson, and now 1 out here in the 8th. And here is Carlos Gutierrez, the designated hitter. We do have an attendance game for you. We'll get that to you here in just a moment. Mention it's a big crowd, so do keep that in mind. Pickoff throw over to first. Back safely is Keelan. I'm certain that Gavin Keelan has stolen a base at some point in his baseball career throughout his life. He's not done it this year, though. Caught in his only opportunity. The pitch. Swing and a miss by Gutierrez. 0-1. Very high energy crowd tonight here. The attendance game, all baseball players, jersey numbers. If you get the jersey numbers, you get the attendance. Again, that'll wait for a moment. The 0-1 pitch coming now from Thompson. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Got Gutierrez to take on a slider and miss. Ken Griffey Sr., Cal Ripken Jr., Andres Jimenez. No suffix applied. Those 3 together will get you to tonight's attendance. The answer coming. The 0-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Foul tipped into the glove of Juan Flores. Back-to-back strikeouts for Thompson. 2 outs in the 8th. Tri-City 4, Eugene 4. Jacob Christian to the plate now. The righty first baseman is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and grounded into a double play. Again, a guy with major pop. Thompson set. First pitch. It's a fastball high. 1-0, making a slider, beg your pardon. At least that was what TrackMan had it as. Both strikeouts were swinging. Both were on sliders, so not surprising to see Thompson offer Christian another one of those. The 1-0. Fastball taken at the knees for strike one. Thompson leaning in, ball hanging in his right hand. Now ready in the stretch, the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two, slider tumbling in. And now Thompson ahead, looking to put 3 strikeouts in a row on the board after the leadoff walk to Keelan. It's the upper boxes here, getting urged on by Eric the Peanut Guy. Christian takes time. Bottom of the 8th, by the way, Gage Harrison, Capri Ortiz, and Jake Monroe scheduled, the 8-9-1 for the Dust Devils. The 1-2. Fastball outside. Christian lays off it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lights taking full effect now here. Should be out of the dusky time of night where fly balls can be tough. The 2-2. Changeup taken low. Didn't miss by much, but it did in the count full. Juan Flores quickly out from behind home plate to let his teammates know that Keelan will be going with the pitch. Full count and 2 outs. If Christian reaches, Walker Martin will get an opportunity, the left-hand hitting third baseman. Kickoff throw over to first, back safely is Keelan. That more in check from Thompson there just to see if Keelan might go on first move. He was not. But he will go once Thompson begins his delivery. Benny set. The pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Benny Thompson, after a leadoff walk, blows fastballs by the next 3 and sends Eugene back empty in the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th now. Tri-City 4, Eugene 4 the score. The bottom of the 8th, the attendance game answer, all that and more coming next. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Dust Devils 4, the Emeralds 4. Gage Harrelson, the center fielder, leading things off. Taking on righty Cole Hillier of the Eugene Emeralds. It'll be Harrelson, then Capri Ortiz, then Jake Monroe at the top of the order. First pitch to Harrelson. Off speed, missing low. 1 ball and no strikes. Gage so far tonight 0 for 1. He has walked in his last 2 plate appearances. The 1-0. Harrelson takes it. Fastball. It's there. Caught the outside corner. A ball and a strike. Hillier working from the stretch. The 1-1. Harrelson rips one deep to right. Going back on it. Cohen to the track. Gets just to the fence. Leaping up, and he makes the catch for the first out. Gage Harrelson almost grabbed a solo homer to take the lead, but it fell just a little shy. In fact, Trevor Cohen went up for it thinking he was going to need to maybe try to rob it, and he had to adjust as it fell short, but he did to make the catch. So on the warning track in right center, Harrelson retired. 1 out in the 8th. I think they were just giving Trevor Cohen a little bit of time there to get back in position. Here's Capri Ortiz, an RBI single earlier. 1 for 2 with the sack bunt himself tonight. 4-4 in the 8th. First pitch, Capri rips one deep left center. Going over Lisbel Diaz. He has space just onto the warning track, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So the Dust Devils with warning track power here in this 8th. 2 long and deep fly balls, but 2 outs. A man with experience, though, sending balls deep and out of this ballpark. Stands in now, Jake Monroe. He's 1 for 3 with a hit by pitch. The one was a double off the wall in the 3rd. First pitch from Hilliard. Slider missing outside, 1-0. Did mention the attendance game. Ken Griffey Sr., Cal Ripken Jr., Andres Jimenez, the 1-0. Monroe up the middle and through. A 2-out single for Jake, his second hit of the night. And the Dust Devils have the potential go-ahead run aboard. Yohan Macias will come to the plate now. Second baseman looking for his first hit of the night. He's 0 for 4. Now the error column is the only difference. Eugene has 2, Tri-City 1. 4 runs, 7 hits, both sides. First pitch. Taken low by Macias. 1-0. Ken Griffey Sr., 30. Cal Ripken Jr., 8. Andres Jimenez, 0. 3,080 here at the ballpark are paying to see it. Big crowd tonight, the 1-0. Fastball that's there, strike 1. Macias has struck out swinging twice. He has reached on an error and flown out to deep of right center. The 1-1. Macias pop up on the infield right side. The second baseman Johnny Level will make the catch. And the Dust Devils are done here in the 8th. No runs a hit for Tri-City. No errors, a man left. And we go to the 9th even. The score, Tri-City 4, Eugene 4, and the 9th inning to you next. We've made it to the 9th inning at Giesa Stadium on this Friday night, the second half opener. The score, the Tri-City Dust Devils 4, the Eugene Emeralds 4. And in this 9th inning, Benny Thompson will start things on the mound, taking on the third baseman, Walker Martin. As the lefty Dylan Phillips, I believe it is, has been throwing down the line for Tri-City. So he must be the appointed closer tonight. Benny Thompson, though, continues on now. As he comes set, first pitch to Martin, who squares to bunt, lays it down in front of the plate. Thompson has it. Throw to first in time. Close play, but they get him. 1 out. So Martin now 0 for 3. A walk and a run scored earlier.
Now batting for Eugene, number 38, left fielder.
1-3 the putouts. Doug Taylor with you here on Valley Sports Live, MLB TV, MILB app, and DustDevilsBaseball.com. Thrilling and fun ball game that saw Eugene go up 4-0, and the Dust Devils in the later frames match them. Here's Lisbel Diaz, first pitch. Outside, a fastball missing 1-0. Lisbel Diaz is 3 for 3 tonight. They have all been line drive singles up the middle to center. They have looked intensely similar, the three. The 1-0. Changeup or slider. Ruled to have caught the outside corner. A ball and a strike. Stolen base as well. Run scored in the 4-run third for Diaz. The 1-1. Changeup. Little flip into center. Macias running out. Harrelson in and a land. Lisbel Diaz 4 for 4. 4 hits to center. All singles. Most importantly now, he's the potential go-ahead run with 1 out in the top of the 9th and a 4-4 tie. That one not on a line. It's a blooper. It counts all the same. Mentioned he had a stolen base as well, so Tri-City will need to be on its guard. As the 9-man catcher Daniel Rogers standing in. 1 for 2 with a walk, a 2-run single earlier. A 4-4 tie in the 9th. First pitch to Rogers, a fastball high, 1-0. Northwest League all still active. This game, though, is the furthest along. Bottom of the 8th inning at Everett Memorial Stadium. Hillsboro leading Everett 7-3. They're in the bottom of the 7th at Avista Stadium, 10-5 Vancouver there. The 1-0. Changeup, swing and a miss, a ball and a strike. Not even 80 miles an hour, just shy of it on the changeup. That was Rogers' first at bat. He was the King Beverage beer batter tonight, did not oblige. 2-run single, a walk, and a deep fly ball to left. 1-1 the count. Thompson looking in. He fires. Fastball high. 2 balls and a strike. There is action in the Eugene bullpen. Another right-hander throwing down there. Not sure who. We'll see if we can get a look at some point. Thompson ready now, the 2-1. Changeup, swing and a miss, strike 2. Another one where the bottom just fell out of what looked like a fastball initially. It is Benny Thompson's best pitch. It has been since his days at Troy University, when they made, or should say, making their first College World Series appearance this year on the men's side. The 2-2. Another changeup. Strike 3 called. Caught the top of the zone. Two outs in the 9th, and right there is where Dan Billardello will now make the call to the bullpen, as he will go with a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Dylan Phillips against Trevor Cohen. But Benny Thompson, a strong performance out of the pen. He steps out. Phillips comes in. 2 outs in the 9th. The runner at first. The score, the Dust Devils 4, the Emeralds 4. What a ball game to open the second half for Dust Devils baseball tonight. The lefty Dylan Phillips in now for the Tri-City Dust Devils. He inherits a runner at first, 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. With the score, the Dust Devils 4, the Emeralds 4. An inning and 2/3 for Benny Thompson. As first pitch from Phillips to Cohen, a fastball missing outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Dan Billardello calling on his veteran lefty to take on the left-handed Trevor Cohen. Phillips 1-0, 3.24 ERA, 17th appearance this year for Tri-City. The 1-0. Slider outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Cohen a double and a run scored in the 3rd. 1 for 4 so far on the night. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Kind of chase the slider. Got a piece of it, did Cohen, but it ends up in the glove of Flores for strike 1. Trevor Cohen is the league leader in doubles, 22 on the year. A double could perhaps bring in the potential go-ahead run. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Got him to chase the slider. No contact there. The count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tri-City trying to get this to the bottom of the 9th and walk it off in front of a crowd of over 3,000 tonight here at Giesa Stadium. The 2-2. Fastball, foul back. Cohen got a piece. We have more baseball and more fun for you this weekend, including tomorrow night here at Giesa Stadium. Game 5 of the 6-game set. Peyton Olenek for the Dust Devils. Jacob Bresnahan, lefty for the Emeralds. Pre-game at 6:45, where you're listening to and viewing this. The 2-2. Fastball, grounded, fair. Trevor Cohen says he thought it touched him. Byron Matos disagreed. It's Cohen saying that hit his foot. Jacob Hayward coming down the baseline. But it's inning over on the 2 unassisted putout. So again, a strange way for the inning to end, but that is how it does, and Dylan Phillips gets the job done. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. And Tri-City now looking for a run to send the fans home happy after the drone show. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Dust Devils 4, Emeralds 4, the bottom of the 9th next. Crowd hoping for a Tri-City walk-off winner as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The score, the Dust Devils 4, the Emeralds 4. And a man equipped for walk-off capability coming to the plate. The righty Randy DeJesus standing in. There is a new man on the mound for the Eugene Emeralds. First pitch, DeJesus is swinging a miss and a slider, 0-1. It is Jerelmy Maldonado. The 0-1. Slider misses inside, a ball and a strike. Excuse me, Jerelmy Maldonado, 6'2" righty out of Palo Negro, Venezuela. The 1-1 fastball inside, 2 balls and a strike. Maldonado 1-0, 4.70 ERA. He does have a save. This is not that, of course. He's walked just about as many as he's struck out. Northwest League hitters, though, have hit 179 against him. The 2-1. Slider low and outside, ball 3. So De Jesus well out in front here. Juan Flores and Matt Kootenai scheduled to follow. The 3-1. Fastball taking it's there at the knees for strike 2. So the count full to the Northwest League's home run leader. 0 for 4 tonight. Maldonado winds the 3-2. Grounder softly to third, fielded by Walker Martin, the third baseman. His throw in time, 1 out. Looked like he got sawed off. Bat may be intact, but that had some funny spin on it. Taken care of by Martin and Christian on the other side. So 1 out of the 9th. Quick conversation between Daniel Rogers and Aurelmi Maldonado. It's Juan Flores, 2 for 4 in the night, comes up. The last time he came up, though, he tied the ball game with 1 swing. A similar swing would have a much different and joyous result for the home faithful. 4-4 in the 9th. First pitch, high in the air, deep to left. Juan Flores has done it. A walk-off homer for the 2nd straight year against the Emeralds. Tri-City wins it 5-4. Flores mobbed at home plate, his 11th homer of the year. His teammates chasing him. What a moment at the corner of Burton Boulevard and Home Run Road. Flores' 2nd homer of the night wins it for the Dust Devils by a final score of 5-4. Tri-City's 1-0 in the second half. They've won their 3rd straight in this series. At bare minimum, they'll split with the Emeralds. 2 chances to win the series coming up this weekend. What a finish in Pasco tonight. Again, the final, Tri-City 5, Eugene 4. Bottom of the 9th inning, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. And Juan Flores does it again to the Emeralds. About 10 months after he did it in thrilling fashion in one of the crazier games you'll ever see. This one a thrilling and intense ball game, and it finishes again off the bat of the Tri-City catcher. We'll come back with a joyous post-game show. We'll get you the final totals. We'll get you the scoreboard update. All that and more on the way. Again, what a finish tonight at Kisa Stadium. The final score, Tri-City 5, Eugene 4. The post-game show is next.
a little bit.
Juan Flores' walk-off homer with one out in the bottom of the ninth inning wins it for the Tri-City Dust Devils at Giza Stadium tonight by a final score of 5-4. And this is now the Dust Devils post-game show here on the MILB app and at dustdevilsbaseball.com. Crowd in full voice singing a little karaoke to let the drones be all set up and ready to go for our final drone show of the year presented by Giza Credit Union. So that's what you're hearing behind us now as we get you now the final totals of this contest. For the Dust Devils this evening, 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 10 runners left on base. For the Eugene Emeralds, 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 6 runners left on. The winning pitcher is Dylan Phillips, who moves to 2-0 on the year. He got the final out of the top of the ninth, so he was the man in. He is 2-0 on the year at the high A level. Joelmy Maldonado, the man who gave up the walk-off homer to Juan Flores, gets the loss. He is now 1-1 on the year. There was no save, of course. This game was played in 2 hours and 35 minutes. So still a great fun and not that long ball game. 3,080 the attendance, one of the largest crowds of the year at Giza Stadium. It was 90 degrees at first pitch with next to no wind at all. Beautiful night for a ball game, and what a night for the Tri-City Dust Devils, who get the victory tonight in walk-off fashion, walk-off homer fashion by a final score of 5-4. One last break. Drone show just getting started here at Giza Stadium. When we come back, we'll recap this game. We'll have a look at the scoreboards and more as the Dust Devils win a beauty to open the second half tonight, 5-4. The Dust Devils postgame show continues right after these messages. Back one more time to wrap this one up at Geesis Stadium, where the Tri-City Dust Devils on a walk-off homer by Juan Flores defeat the Eugene Emeralds 5-4 on this Friday night. The opener of the second half, an absolute thriller here at Geesis Stadium. Let's recap this game quickly. It was Eugene that got out of the front foot in the third inning. Neither team scoring in the first two. The Emeralds getting all 4 runs they would score on the night in the third. It was really an assault of hits, 4 in a row after a leadoff walk to Walker Martin. Lisbel Diaz a single, Daniel Rogers a 2-run single, back-to-back doubles from Trevor Cohen and Johnny Level bringing in 2 more. 4-0 to the Emeralds through 2.5. All of that off of Jefferson Vargas, who otherwise wasn't that bad tonight, but he got dinged up not only when it came to runs but also on his pitch count in that third inning. He ended up going 3 2/3 tonight, got a no decision. Dust Devils would not get on the board until the 6th inning. They had major opportunities in the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. Could not convert in the 6th. It would be a different story. Juan Flores a single. Matt Kootenai a single. Aaron Graber an RBI single. 3 hits back-to-back to start the bottom of the 6th and get the Dust Devils on the board. They trailed 4-1 at the time. A sacrifice bunt would move runners to 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. And a wild pitch would bring Matt Kootenai in, making it a 4-2 game. That also advanced Aaron Graber to 3rd. Capri Ortiz then forced a broken bat liner out in a left to center. It got down for an RBI hit. That made it a 4-3 game. The Dust Devils, within a run, could not get the tying run across in the 6th. In the 7th, Juan Flores would take matters into his own hands. With 1 out of the 7th, a high fly ball deep to left center, out of here to tie the game 4-4. It'd get to the 9th that way. The Emeralds had a little bit of a threat in the 7th, the runner in scoring position. They had runners on in the 8th and the 9th as well. But in the end, no one getting past first. Really, after that 4th inning, there would only be 2 moments in the remainder of the game where the Emeralds would have a runner safely at second base. So it was 4-4 to the bottom of the 9th. With 1 out, Juan Flores came up and again did his thing. High and deep to left and out. Just 360 feet over the wall in left center, but that was all that it needed to be. And the Dust Devils win it 5-4. Again, that is the second walk-off homer for Juan Flores against Eugene within a 10-month span. You may remember that absolutely crazy 18-17 game we played in 11 innings here last year. I believe it was the 17th of August that game occurred. And it was Flores who ended it with a 2-run walk-off homer. It was the second pitch, I think, first or second pitch of the bottom of the 11th. What a game that was. What a game this was. And again, the Dust Devils win it 5-4. Juan Flores, the hero tonight. What a ball game. We had a great show before the drone show. That's been a lot of fun for the fans as well, still ongoing behind us. In the Northwest League on this Friday. Both other games still going. Bottom of the 9th inning, Hillsborough leading Everett 11-3. So no lead to safe at Everett Memorial Stadium, but the Hops in pretty good shape there. If they can trade even runs for outs, they would still get there pretty comfortably as they try to finish off that victory. Meanwhile, bottom of the 9th inning at Vista Stadium in Spokane Valley, the Vancouver Canadians 12, the Spokane Indians 5. So barring a huge rally at Vista Stadium, also a place that is offense friendly. Both games are going to be pretty comfortably in the hands of the road teams. Tri-City looks like they'll be the only home team in the Northwest League to grab a victory tonight. Looking at the Angel system in the complexes in the Dominican, the Angels defeating Tigers 1-9-6. They're now 12-2 on the year, or the DSL Halos. In Arizona, the Mariners by a run 3-2 over the Angels. Single A Rancho Cucamonga down by Ontario 10-1 this evening. Down in Ontario, California. Rocket City falls 11-2 to Montgomery. Salt Lake a comeback 3-2 win over Tacoma at the ballpark at America First Square in South Jordan, Utah. So carrying the banner tonight, the DSL, the Salt Lake Bees, and the Tri-City Dust Devils. The parent club, the Angels taking on the Athletics. They have played an utterly crazy ball game at Sutter Health Park in West Sacramento. The Angels were down 4-0 going to the top of the fourth inning. They then scored 11 unanswered runs to lead 11-4, but the A's scoring 7 unanswered runs, 1 in the 6th, then 2 in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings each to tie the game 11-11. And now the Angels trying to score their automatic runner and give themselves a chance to win in extra innings. Crazy game in West Sacramento tonight. Don't think we'll have a result for you by the time we're off the air. Having a look at the rest of the scoreboard items of note for our Pacific Northwest fans, the Seattle Mariners defeated by the Boston Red Sox tonight 6-2 at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. Having a look at the rest of the Major League scoreboard, any items of note? Jacob Mizorowski of the Milwaukee Brewers, a rare loss as the Braves defeating him 3-2. He not a Dust Devil alum. Antonio Senzatella is, though, and he grabbed his 7th win of the year out of the bullpen as the Rockies buy a run over the Pirates 4-3. Senzatella 7-0, an ERA of 2.23 out of the pen. He's been great for the Rockies this year, and kind of a longer role of sorts. It's worked for him. Again, 4-3, the Rockies tonight. The rest of the scoreboard is yours. Game 5 of this series comes up tomorrow night here at Kisa Stadium, once more on the exact same time frame, as it'll be a 6:45 pregame, a 7:05 first pitch. The Dust Devils will send right-hander Peyton Olenek to the mound. The 6'11" righty taking the hill. He is 3-5 on the year, ERA of 5.12. He got the win his last time out against Hillsborough. He'll take on lefty Jacob Bresnahan, Sumner, Washington native from Western Washington, 1-2, a 4.58 ERA for the lefty. That is the starting pitching matchup again. Pregame at 6:45, first pitch at 7:05. Hope you will join us for that one. Thank you for joining us tonight. We provided you some entertainment for sure. One last time, the final score in walk-off homer fashion. Tri-City 5, Eugene 4. Until tomorrow night, this has been Dust Devils Baseball. Good night from all of us here in Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland.